Princess Catherine's appearance at the state banquet was one of the most talked-about moments of the evening, marking her first time wearing a tiara since her cancer diagnosis. The night carried both symbolism and celebration. Her choice of a Dior gown immediately stood out, not only because of its elegance but also because of the subtle diplomatic message it sent. By wearing a piece from one of France's most iconic fashion houses, Catherine paid tribute to the guests of honor, President Emmanuel Macron and Madame Macron, while also highlighting the cultural and historical connections between Britain and France. It was a carefully chosen gesture that blended fashion with diplomacy. The banquet itself was no ordinary event. Traditionally hosted at Buckingham Palace, it was instead held at Windsor Castle because of ongoing renovations at the London residence. This marked the first state banquet at Windsor since 2014, and the setting added an extra layer of grandeur. St. George's Hall, with its towering ceilings and centuries of history, provided the perfect backdrop. A table stretching 50 meters in length was laid out for 160 distinguished guests, decorated with gleaming china, sparkling crystal, and precise floral arrangements. Every detail, from the seating plan to the lighting, reflected the importance of the occasion and the monarchy's role in strengthening international bonds. When Princess Catherine entered the hall, the atmosphere shifted. All eyes turned to her as she wore the iconic lover's knot tiara, a jewel deeply tied to royal history and famously associated with Princess Diana. The tiara, paired with her Dior gown, symbolized both tradition and modernity, as well as her resilience after facing personal health challenges. For many, her presence was more than just ceremonial. It was a message of hope and strength. Catherine's return to the royal spotlight reminded the world of her enduring role as both a fashion icon and a compassionate figure of stability within the monarchy. The evening was not only about fine dining and elegance but also about diplomacy, symbolism, and a quiet triumph. Princess Catherine's choices, her attire, her poise, her very attendance, spoke volumes. It was a moment that will be remembered not just as a glamorous royal banquet, but as the Princess of Wales's inspiring return to the world stage. At formal white tie events, royal women traditionally appear in grand gowns and dazzling tiaras, each detail carefully chosen to match the importance of the occasion. For Princess Catherine, this state banquet carried even greater meaning. It was her first state banquet since sharing her health diagnosis earlier this year, making her presence a triumphant return to public life after a period of recovery. Her attendance alone was a powerful message of strength, dedication, and her determination to continue fulfilling her royal duties despite personal challenges. It was also the first time since 2023 that she wore both a tiara and a full formal gown at a public event. While she had attended several important gatherings over the past year, tiaras are reserved only for the most prestigious occasions. This made the moment even more symbolic, showing her re-emergence into one of the most visible and traditional aspects of royal life. Her appearance in such elegant attire was not only a display of beauty but also a statement of her essential role in the monarchy and her influence on the world stage. Looking back at her earlier appearances helps frame the significance of this evening. Her most recent state banquet before this one was in November 2023, hosted at Buckingham Palace for South Korea's President Yoon Suk-yeol and the First Lady. She impressed then with a stunning gown, but on that occasion, she did not wear a tiara. Before that, in November 2022, she shined at another banquet held for South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa, where she wore a breathtaking white gown and the famous lover's knot tiara. That tiara holds deep history, as it was often worn by her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana. Choosing it again for the Macron banquet added a heartfelt layer of meaning, serving as a respectful tribute to Diana while also reinforcing Catherine's own place in royal tradition. Her recent absences from public events made her appearance even more powerful. Just last month, she had to withdraw unexpectedly from the royal ascot, even after preparations had been made for her to join the royal procession. These last-minute cancellations sparked concern and showed how carefully her schedule is being managed while she recovers. For this reason, her presence at the banquet was not just ceremonial. It was a clear sign of progress in her health journey and reassurance to the public that she remains committed to her role. Diplomatically, the evening carried weight as well. Hosting President Emmanuel Macron and Madame Macron was a key opportunity to strengthen the relationship between the United Kingdom and France, two nations with deep historical ties and ongoing partnerships. The presence of the Prince and Princess of Wales, especially Catherine, projected unity, stability, and respect. It highlighted how essential they are in representing the crown and carrying forward the tradition of using royal occasions to strengthen global friendships. The messages and interactions during this state visit were more than formality. They were crucial in strengthening the bond between the United Kingdom and France. Moments like these highlight how the monarchy continues to play a vital role in international diplomacy. The image of the Prince and Princess of Wales warmly engaging with President Emmanuel Macron and Madame Macron reinforced the UK's global presence and showed how royal tradition blends with modern leadership. Adding a personal touch, the couple shared a message on their official Instagram account. "It has been a pleasure to welcome President Emmanuel Macron and Mrs. Macron to Windsor today." Alongside a carefully chosen photograph, this gesture reflected not only their genuine involvement but also the significance placed on this diplomatic visit. The banquet itself was a carefully orchestrated event. From the seating arrangements that encouraged important conversations to the menu featuring some of Britain's finest dishes, every element was designed to showcase the nation's culture and hospitality. Speeches delivered by both King Charles and President Macron stood out as highlights, emphasizing shared goals, respect, and the deep historical ties between the two countries. Princess Catherine's presence at such a grand occasion was more than symbolic. She wasn't simply there as a figure of elegance. Her participation represented the strength and continuity of the monarchy during a critical diplomatic moment. Every detail of her appearance, from her Dior gown to the lover's knot tiara, was carefully chosen and closely observed. Beyond style, it was a powerful message of resilience, renewal, and her ongoing return to royal duties after her health challenges. Seeing her glowing and confident at Windsor Castle was reassuring not only for royal watchers but also for the many people who have followed her journey with concern and hope. This banquet underlined the true importance of royal diplomacy. It demonstrated how state occasions are not just traditions but working tools of international relations, and how figures like the Princess of Wales carry both symbolic and practical influence. Her return to such a stage showed her strength, her dedication, and her continuing role in shaping the modern face of the monarchy. What about you? Did Princess Catherine's radiant appearance at the state banquet inspire you with hope? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this coverage, don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more updates on the royal family, and share this with others who follow royal traditions and history.